Hello there, welcome to Alchemize Yourself Tarot. Collective, you have a connection here with somebody that's very powerful and magnetic and soulful. The two of you could feel really inspired by one another and deeply connected to each other, like you feel like you have known each other before. But we got to break down what you said versus what they heard in a situation, because something you said got them in their head. There's tension here. And they're seeking more information because they don't know your triggers or your beliefs or whether or not they are deal breakers yet. You could be just getting to know this person because there's, all this like sensual tension, and it's like there's this need to have good, clear communication, but they don't know, right? They need more information. You could even be feeling this way. There was definitely a misunderstanding that took place here, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to get a little more information here because I feel like it's very important to have clear, open, honest communication with our partners or people that we feel these strong bonds with. That could be a big lesson that the two of you are learning from one another. I'm getting that you could be very different. Usually people that are inspired by a person, it's usually like a counterpart or a polarity there, right? There's a tension because you're a little different. They're a little different. You haven't figured each other out yet. So whether or not you've known this person for a while or you're getting to know them, there's definitely this need to strengthen your understanding when you communicate high intensity, like when you have those really difficult conversations. You may end up having to have a really difficult conversation with this person. Maybe you're anticipating this. Maybe they feel this way. It's like, will this work out? Will we be able to get through this? You feel really strongly about one another, but you don't want it to be, you don't want this communication to sabotage the connection that you feel is there. So we're going to get to the bridge between the two of you, what's going on here. That way, next time you communicate with this person or they communicate with you, you'll be aware of your own state of mind, your own triggers, and they can get to know you without this turning into any sort of fight. Because there's so much here. There's actually a really beautiful thing that could be growing between the two of you. So what are your real feelings here? What were your real feelings in regards to this person? The Lovers, wow. You definitely feel a strong attraction. You feel like this could definitely be turned into a soulmate kind of partnership. There's a lot of chemistry and sparks and attraction between you and this person. So I think you felt really clear about what you were experiencing or what you are experiencing with this person. Now, whether or not you've communicated this is yet to be revealed, but I do feel like you definitely feel the attraction, and you definitely believe that you could be at a major pivotal point where it's a make it or break it decision point, like conflict or soulmate. you know, whether or not you can get through your differences with this person, but you're definitely there for it, right? The Lovers is definitely somebody that's, you know, in it. Like you're ready to bring that intention, bring that energy into the connection. But there could have been like a little bit of that decision that needed to be made. So you may even be feeling, is this person the one? Like, is this real? What did you actually communicate to this person? What did you communicate to them? Okay, so you communicated Queen of Pentacles. You communicated that you're very down to earth, that you're grounded, you're very nurturing, you're very practical. So you definitely, this is the impression that you were making, what you think you expressed, that you were happy, joyful, that you were up to get to know, celebrate, get to know this person, have a good time with them. The two of you could have had a really nice date with one another. So this is what you think you communicated. Okay. So what did your partner interpret? How did they receive you? How did they receive you when you had this date or this experience together? You could have gone out for drinks or met each other over drinks. How did they interpret or receive it? The Moon. Okay, so they actually see you as being very secretive. You're hiding something, right? They definitely sensed that you were guarded or fearful, maybe had some secrets. You might have triggered a little bit of this. They didn't know what to think. So maybe you had a really good time with this person, but they were left feeling like there could be an illusion that you were hiding something. There was definitely more there. So there's definitely depth to you that you didn't directly communicate. With the Moon, that tells me you didn't just put all your secrets out there. They see you as being very secretive. Ooh, Seven of Swords, deception. They think you're hiding something. They think you're hiding something. Maybe you are collective. Maybe you really enjoy this person and you want things to work out. But there's some sneakiness. There's some deception. This person definitely picked up on you not wanting to put everything out there. And it could be from fears. Now, the roles could have been reversed. You might have been picking this up on them. Like, there's something deeper. Maybe they were really open, or you were really open, and the other person was very sneaky or secretive. So that's interesting. You may have felt like you came off as really grounded, everything's great, but there was definitely something there that they can't figure out. Something you said or something you didn't say. Sometimes it's what's not said that triggers curiosity or confusion. Ooh, so sneaky. What is their hidden hand? Look, we have a hand. What is their hidden hand? Because they probably didn't put it all out there either. You may have also felt like there's still a lot to get to know about this person. What are they holding back? What are they holding back? What are they holding back? Ooh, Five of Cups. They're sad. They're feeling a lot of shame and regret. You two could have mirrored some underlying fears, sadness, and shame. It could even be that maybe they felt a little sad when they felt like you were holding back with them, depending on the level of conversation you had with them. They could definitely see that there was something deeper there that was not directly said. And they may be feeling a lot of sadness, regret, and shame, remorse. They could have also have gone through something as well. So it's going to take really maybe opening up with one another to get, maybe the both of you feel very grounded and soulful with one another, but you have a past, they have a past, and that didn't get fully revealed. I'm sensing this could be a newer person that has come into your life, and there's still this need to kind of unravel the layers of each other's sadness, regret, past pain. What was an unspoken agreement, though? What the relationship is actually operating on. So what's actually here? Both of you know that there's pain here. There's shame, regret, there's heads down. There's definitely some difficult emotions going on underneath the surface. But what is this operating on? Page of Wands, learning. So the two of you have a lot that you can learn from one another. That's that muse energy. Page of Wands is kind of like my muse card too. Listening to music together, being curious, getting to know each other. There's this big stack of books. There's definitely layers to get to and chapters here. Both of you have experiences, and it's like underneath the surface you can sense these deep emotions, but there's still this need to be lighthearted, get to know each other, not try to get too intense all at once. So this could take time. There's definitely a curiosity. You want to know. They want to know. Watching you online, like digging up social media, try to figure you out. What's your past? Like this, you definitely triggered this person's curiosity. Even though they felt you being a little sneaky or secretive, it piqued their curiosity. And it piqued your curiosity because you could be picking up on their past pain. Both of you could have recently gone through a breakup or you both could be grieving about something. So you're operating on curiosity right now. There's still this need to be open, not jump to conclusions. But how is this all going to be unfolding? How is this going to play out? Or how could this end up playing out? Oh, Eight of Cups, desiring for more, evolving. So this could play out that you end up sabotaging or walking away from this, depending on how direct you or your person are wanting to be. But the expectation is you want more. Someone's going to end up wanting to go deeper. They're wanting to evolve the connection. They're going to want to be so the danger is if you're too sneaky or secretive, or if they are, someone could actually end up walking away if they feel too much detachment. But also what I'm getting here is there's this release of the past, right? Growth, evolving, getting to know one another, helping each other let go of the past. So this could go either way, but maybe there is this expectation that someone's just going to walk away. It could be that both of you feel like people just leave. They never go deeper. They never actually get to know you. Or they may even be feeling this way, like, oh, something's off here. This is a red flag. This is deception. So that could actually trigger them to detach, or for you to detach. But I wouldn't be quick to jump to that conclusion, because the contract here is you need to actually give this person a chance. You need to get to know them before jumping to conclusions. And that might be this tension here, is someone wants to know, are the two of you incompatible? Is it irreconcilable? Some of you may have actually had a fight or a little argument about secrets. And it could be that one of you or the other person shut down. It's like you really enjoy this person's company, but there's this tension about the two of you, your past. And that's many times, if you're unhealed, this person may not be fully healed. They may have trust issues. You have trust issues. And yeah, it could play out where you want more. You definitely want deeper levels of emotional involvement, right? Soulmates, they want depth. They want to know their partner inside and out. You know, that's a deep connection. It's not superficial. And if the relationship doesn't have the potential to go deeper, you or this person could end up just walking away with some things unsaid, or in some sort of explosive conflict if you're not able to work that out. But will this dynamic succeed? I think that really depends on how open you and this person want to be with one another. Could it succeed? Yeah, Five of Pentacles, outsider, lonely. I think you would feel a loss if you walked away from this person. They would feel a loss. I think both of you could really struggle when it comes to being understood. And you both have fears and triggers in regards to that. And I think it would make you feel really sad if you walked away, or this person walked away. Because I think with the Three of Wands, I think you really want something to move forward. I think this person, you definitely felt it, but they're wondering if it's going to get sabotaged, especially if you don't open up, or vice versa. Because there's definitely spiritual wisdom and higher levels of understanding that could evolve into prosperity and a lot of happiness. So you're going to have to choose, is this person really a soulmate or a lesson? Many of you may still need more healing before you can really be in a connection like this. That could be what came up. That's what got triggered. Are they ready? Are you ready for that? You know? What else could you be thinking here? Do you really want to leave this? Or do you really want to let this conflict or secretiveness sabotage the connection? Freedom, Full card, leap of faith, breaking free, new cycle, fast change and new direction. Some of you will walk away. But for others of you, if this is a newer connection, there's this need to take a leap of faith, right? That Page of Wands Fool card. Every time I see the Page of Wands, it's reminiscent of the Fool energy. So you have to be willing to go in a new direction. Some of you will end up parting ways, deciding that you want to spend time to yourself. Maybe some of you need to be single for a while, especially if you have a past and you're not necessarily ready for this. But there's definitely like that strong chemistry here that you're wanting to explore. What about them? What else could they be thinking? Epiphany, breakthrough, realization, sudden wake-up call. There's a shift. So there's definitely been an energy shift. This person's having a breakthrough or realization. What could this be about? Distance, retreat, emotional or physical distance. Okay, so this person might pull back. They may end up retreating. They may realize this could get intense. And if there's not, if honest communication between the two of you, they may pull back. This could even be your energy. Like there's this intensity, you're taking a leap of faith, and then the breakthrough is, wait a second, you may not feel ready, you know? Because ego could really hurt a soul bond if you're too much in your ego or pride, or you're bound to expectations and approval. So be careful about being secretive to protect your ego. There's this need for humility. There's this need. Communication, open communication does require humility, like being willing to be honest with one another if you're at that point. And what else? Fulfillment, wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups, success, happy outcome. Both of you may be on like a personal journey. Maybe this is what got inspired between the two of you. Like there's this need for personal fulfillment and success first. That there's something this person brought out in you, or you brought this out in one another, this need for starting new cycles and shifting the energy and putting distance between yourselves and the past. Because really, if you're either ready for a relationship or not, and you have to give this person space. If they decide to pull back, you have to just let that go. Or they have to be willing to let you go. I mean, it's yet to be seen. Nothing is set in stone. But I am getting that the two of you are going to put a little distance after this tension. You may put some distance between the two of you. Well, collective, you know, this is part of our growth. Our spiritual growth is to understand why we hide from potential partners. Could be that there's some shadow work that needs to be done here. And that could be the inspiration and breakthrough, is that something hasn't fully healed, and you have to be willing to give one another space. It's not always like happy-go-lucky and everything works out perfectly, especially if you have baggage. But I do think you would feel a loss here if this doesn't come back together. So you definitely have to be ready to open up. If this person wants to have difficult conversations, or you do, that could be a real deal breaker here. And yeah, it could lead to growth either way. I think that's the purpose of this. So I will leave you here and we'll close out. And I hope this was helpful and realistic for some of your situations when you're, bringing in soulmate energy. And I really Hope to have you here again. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.